It's an anxiety that almost immobilizes them. They can't act. And this fear becomes so controlling that they can't find the peace. And they can't hear those words of Christ when he says, hey, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. They can't do that. But there are other internal fears that we struggle. The fear, for example, of telling another person, I love you. The risk of doing that. There are many that are so afraid of risking doing that because of the involvement that it might take. So we push away in fear from really allowing ourselves to express affection for another person, or even being willing to receive that affection back from another person. I might be afraid of authority. I might be afraid of aging. Oh, the hair is getting whiter, the back is aching a lot more. And deep fears can come that, ooh, what's going to happen if I have to go to a nursing home? And once I'm in a nursing home, I won't be able to do the things that I can do, and I'm very much afraid. What about you? What about you? What about the fear of commitment? What about the fear of saying the truth? What about the fear of change in your life? The fear of growing? Think about those things that you're avoiding in your life, those things that you quietly put away. And I think it's important to realize that once we can identify what our fears are, they can become, in many ways, a great wealth for us. There are things that Satan, I think, wants us to run away from, but once we can face those fears and reach into them, there's like an opening up of an atomic power. There's like an opening up of a great, great strength. And as we struggle with our fears, please remember Jesus. Remember what he did in a world of fear, how he continually confronted it, and know that God loves you. God believes in you. And in that power and in that peace, you can move on and you can know, no matter how much you fear, that with Christ it can be overcome. You are such a vital part of this ministry. I thank you so very much for watching the program. I thank you also for praying for us. Please make sure that your participation in this, your gift to me, your prayers, go to the Lord and ask him that we can be able to reach more and more people through this powerful experience of using television. But I'm also asking you to be a person who's willing to share your finances with us. This ministry is not financed by the Pope. It's not financed by the bishops. It's financed by you and your willingness to respond to us. Too many times we don't have enough money to pay the bills and we're right on the edge of disaster. I want to share with you that I don't take a salary for this ministry. I've taken a vow of poverty, and so I don't take money that you send for myself. Everything that you send is put directly in to the preaching of the gospel. Now, one of the ways that I'd like to entice you to please accept this challenge of giving money is sending you a gift that we've received, something that we've produced right here at our program, and it's called Healing Power. It's a wonderful CD that has meditations that can allow you, and let's say you're getting ready for an operation, or you're recovering from an operation, or you know someone that is going to have an operation or is now recovering. This is a wonderful time, by listening to this, to receive the Lord's healing and peace in a marvelous, rich way. It's a very powerful gift. Now, I wish I could say to you, oh yes, I'll send it to you for free. I can't. I've done that in the past, and then I lose all kind of money with that. But I would ask that as you send your donation to allow us to continue, I'd like to send this along with you. So whatever you can do to help, first with prayers, but then with donation, please do that. In Jesus Christ, you have been called to freedom. You have been called to the confidence of knowing that God loves you and that God considers you an adopted son and daughter. You're a member of the family of God, and in the security of that embrace, in the presence of God's love for you, you find the strength to move into your fears and deal with them and know that that will be the source of power and the source of peace. Now, what I'm saying to you is kind of tough, isn't it? None of us like to deal with fear. None of us like to deal with that, and we want to avoid it. And yet, we keep hearing those words of Jesus. Don't be afraid. Don't allow the slavery of fear to hold you back from the greatness of who you are. I have faith in God that we can be able to continue this television ministry. Sometimes it's tough. I do my part here in preaching with you and sharing with you, but I also know that it's also important that you share with me also. And I thank you, not only the sharing that you give here with the letters, they're so important. Thank you, and I'm going to be praying over these intentions for sickness, for marriages, for young people, for the soldiers over in Iraq. But I'm also asking you to help to alleviate my fear by being part of this, by writing letters, but also being financially responsible to help us do this. We need you not just to watch, but we need you to get in touch and pray, and also to send a donation. Lord, come on all these people with your healing power. We believe in your love. We believe that you'll never let us go. Strengthen us, Lord. And now may Jesus' love for you always make you smile.